I'm gonna make the case that Donald Trump's regime is basically powered by two renewable resources: pettiness and racism. Look at this story. It involves Alabama's, I believe it's Lowndes County. I think it's pronounced Lowndes. Residents there are still in America in 2025 trying to get the most basic functioning sanitation infrastructure, and they can't. They were on a path to, thanks to the DOJ and a settlement that they reached under the Biden years that has now been rolled back thanks to Donald Trump. So let me tell you a little bit about how it is down there for so many of their residents. So 60 to 80% of households in rural parts of that county do not have a functioning sanitation system, exposing mostly Black but also low-income white families to health hazards such as hookworm, a gastrointestinal parasite most commonly found in parts of sub-Saharan Africa and Southeast Asia, and also Alabama, thanks to the fact that so many people there have been left behind. Apparently, authorities have known about the raw sewage crisis for decades at this point, and to some extent, every county in Alabama has this problem. It's just that this county in particular has it almost everywhere. So there was a lawsuit, a civil rights lawsuit way back in 2017 about this. So basically, stop fining and trying to lock up residents for not having functioning sanitation systems when the investment hasn't been there. And so there was a settlement that was reached in 2023, this is under the Biden administration, that mandated that the state stop criminalizing residents unable to afford septic systems and instead work on actually fixing the problem and getting everyone there up to the absolute basement level standards that every American should have in terms of sanitation. And so in August of that year, $5 million from the American Rescue Plan Act was allocated to fix this problem, do the upgrades. 1.5 million was allocated to this particular county. And then Donald Trump got elected and said, nope, that right there is DEI and I don't like it. And so he ended that funding. Again, $1.5 million, not billion, $1 million. Nothing, absolutely nothing compared to the trillions that are being thrown around in tax breaks to millionaires and billionaires. And it would have helped thousands of residents finally have functioning sanitation. But that's DEI. We can't do that. So like, think about that. It's just identity politics. I don't care about these people. I don't care about them. I'm gonna use the fact that they are predominantly Black to deny this funding. And I'm gonna call myself a populist. I'm gonna call myself the one working against the elites as I do that. And so they terminated. They literally called it a DI program and they killed the funding, JR. What do you think?
But this is what Donald Trump was talking about when it comes to what he referred to as, whole countries that don't have enough of these kinds of infrastructures. They're run horribly. The citizens are living in ways that bring up disease and they can't get enough food, water, and all these things. But when we have aspects, many parts of this country are like this. This isn't like some kind of one-off deal. There's many parts about this country in certain sections of certain states, in certain small communities where this is the norm. And people are always trying to find some way to get out of that. And they can't get out of it if their leaders don't allocate any funds towards that. And in fact, when leaders in this case specifically target those areas to make sure they don't have the same kind of livable conditions that other humans in this country that we brag about being the best on the face of the earth have. So how is it we're the best on the face of the earth that things like this are happening, that are direct results of the leadership doing just that? And by the way, those S-hole countries that he likes to talk about, a lot of times the money that they do have, the reasons why they become the devastated areas that they are, is because the people that are in leadership positions take and steal the money and hoard it and use it amongst themselves and make sure that the people there don't have any access to it or any kinds of accommodations for living a normal life. This is how you become exactly what Donald Trump said other folks are because of who they are, because of the color of their skin, because of their ethnicity, because of their culture and all that stuff. Except his culture is everything that he complains about. His white supremacy culture is what destroys countries.
Yeah, again, it's stupid, it's self-destructive, it's utterly elitist, it's racist, it's all that stuff. Like this, I wanna read a paragraph from The Guardian that closes out this. In 2025, in the richest, most powerful country in the world, many people are still forced to depend on PVC pipes to funnel parasite-infested wastewater from the bathroom and kitchen into hand-dug trenches, fields or wooded areas, meters from where they sleep, play, and grow vegetables. They have to because the pipes are all broken, they're old, they haven't been replaced. They have to do an extension of just PVC piping to put the wastewater right there. This is goddamn America. It's 2025. This isn't like, hey, we found a report about what it was like in Georgia back in 1860 or whatever. It's right now. Make America great again. But we're fine with this. We're cool with this. How about make America not have to use PVC goddamn pipes to funnel away their wastewater into the back half of their backyard or whatever again? How about that? I think that would be great. $1.5 million. How much did he spend on his birthday parade?
Man.
$90 million. He could have had one less tank, and these people could have finally had sanitation. But he likes his tanks and he likes his birthday infinitely more than he cares about people in rural Alabama who are suffering and always have and have never been helped by their state government, and finally had a chance thanks to Joe Biden and will not now.